With that being said, you big dummies, you're getting paid now. Can everybody finally pull up a chair and take a seat? Because the silence is over. For the past year, we've watched Sheryl Swoopes launch a targeted crusade against Caitlin Clark. From bizarre claims that she was a 25-year-old playing against teenagers, to downplaying her impact, to questioning her legitimacy as a record breaker, Swoopes has taken aim at the WNBA's brightest star with relentless criticism. But now another legend has stepped into the arena, and the game just changed. Cheryl Miller, Hall of Famer, Olympic gold medalist, NCAA champion, and former coach of Clark at the WNBA All-Star Game, just delivered the knockout blow to the false narratives being pushed by Swoopes. In a powerful appearance on the All the Smoke podcast, Miller didn't hold back. With sharp words and undeniable credibility, she dismantled the myths surrounding Clark and called out the hypocrisy that has been festering within women's basketball media. Miller's fiery defense of Clark, capped with the now viral line, "Come on, you big dummies," struck a chord not just with fans, but with the entire basketball world. It wasn't just a spicy moment, it was a reset. It brought clarity and truth to a narrative that had been spiraling out of control. So what really happened? Why has Sheryl Swoopes, one of the most decorated players in the history of the game, seemingly gone out of her way to tear down Clark? And why was it Miller, another titan of the sport, who finally stepped up to say what many were thinking? Let's rewind. It started with a baffling statement from Swoopes during Clark's final season at Iowa. She alleged that Clark was 25 years old, playing against 18 and 19-year-olds. The truth? Clark was 22, a senior in her fourth year, standard by NCAA norms, especially after COVID granted extra eligibility. Swoopes attempted to backtrack, claiming it was exaggeration, but the damage was already done. That wasn't all. Swoopes then pushed the narrative that Clark was taking 40 shots a game, implying she was a selfish volume shooter. The actual number? 22.7 shots per game. For comparison, Swoopes herself took 19.2 shots per game during her senior year. The irony was hard to miss. Critics quickly noticed that Swoopes seemed to be engaging in selective outrage. Next came Swoopes' attempt to delegitimize Clark's all-time NCAA scoring record. She argued that Clark needed 5 years to break Kelsey Plum's record, even though Clark achieved the milestone within 4 years, just like Plum. Swoopes conveniently ignored that Clark had the option for a 5th year due to COVID rules, but declined to use it. Then came Clark's WNBA debut. Skeptics like Swoopes predicted she wouldn't dominate the league. Yet by season's end, Clark led the league in assists and averaged 19.2 points per game, becoming Rookie of the Year and breaking records along the way. Suddenly, many of her critics fell silent. Even so, Swoopes kept jabbing. On Angel Reese's podcast, she insisted she had nothing personal against Clark, while simultaneously reiterating misleading claims about her stats and impact. It was a case of talking out of both sides of the mouth. Swoopes said she didn't dislike Clark, yet her words and tone repeatedly suggested otherwise. Eventually, Swoopes' continued criticism caught up with her. She was quietly removed from broadcasting a Fever game and replaced by Nancy Lieberman, another WNBA legend. Lieberman didn't mince words either. She emphasized the importance of facts and called out the false statistics being spread about Clark. When she confronted Swoopes in private, hoping to clear the air, Swoopes reportedly became defensive and cut ties. The basketball community was waiting for someone of authority to set the record straight. Enter Cheryl Miller. On the All the Smoke podcast, Miller made it clear she wasn't here to play games. From the jump, she addressed the misinformation and underhanded critiques. Her voice rose, not in anger, but in righteous frustration. "Come on, you big dummies," she said. It wasn't just a clapback. It was a line of demarcation. Miller shared firsthand insights from coaching Clark during the WNBA All-Star Game. And what she witnessed contradicted everything critics had claimed. Clark wasn't arrogant or entitled. She was humble, hardworking, and sharp. She sees the game in 3D, Miller said. She's a thinker. Defensively, she's better than I thought. Her passing is elite, but more than just technical skill, Miller noticed something deeper: resilience. She saw a young woman shouldering a weight that very few understood. I felt for her, Miller admitted. I know what it's like to be hated. I know what it's like to be a black woman and hated because of my color. I can relate to that young lady. This wasn't empty sympathy. It was lived experience. Miller knows what it's like to be misunderstood, scrutinized, and dismissed. Her words carried the weight of someone who's walked that path and come out the other side. She recalled the moment after Indiana's first win of the season, where she embraced Clark and told her, "I'm proud of you. Savor this, but keep being you." That hug meant more than any stat line. It was a message of solidarity in a moment of isolation. For much of her early WNBA career, Clark has stood alone. Her supporters online are passionate, but inside the league, public support has often been cautious or absent. Whether out of jealousy, media pressure, or fear of rocking the boat, many have remained silent as Swoopes and others chipped away at her. But Miller changed that. Her defense wasn't just passionate, it was strategic. She called out the way Clark has been blamed for the increased attention and revenue she's brought to the league. She pointed out that critics are now benefiting from the very spotlight Clark helped create. "You getting paid now," Miller said. "It's because of her." And she's not wrong. The WNBA's viewership, merchandise sales, and national attention have surged since Clark's arrival. She's filled arenas, moved jerseys, and brought new fans into the game. Yet instead of embracing this momentum, some veterans have chosen to gatekeep, demanding Clark prove herself beyond what any rookie should be expected to. Miller's appearance was more than a defense of Clark. It was a reckoning. It reminded everyone that you can't grow the game by tearing down its stars. You can't demand respect while denying it to others. You can't build unity on a foundation of envy and misinformation. Miller's message resonates because she has nothing to gain and everything to give. She's already solidified her legacy. Her support isn't performative, it's protective. It's the kind of leadership women's basketball desperately needs right now. And perhaps the most powerful thing Miller did was challenge others to reflect. Why are we so quick to diminish someone's success? Why do we let personal biases shape public narratives? Why is it so hard to celebrate a new generation without feeling threatened by it? Clark's story is far from over. She's only at the beginning, but the storm she's weathered so far has revealed more about the league than any single game could. It's exposed insecurities, divisions, and the uncomfortable truth that not everyone wants progress if it doesn't center them. But, as Cheryl Miller made clear, the future isn't waiting for permission. It's already here, and it's being led by a 22-year-old with a deadly jump shot, court vision beyond her years, and the courage to keep showing up, even when the critics are louder than the cheers. So yes, pull up your chairs. The show's just getting started. And for those still stuck in the past, maybe it's time to catch up. Because the truth is no longer optional. The league is changing, and Caitlin Clark is one of the reasons why. And thanks to voices like Cheryl Miller, she's no longer fighting alone. The impact of Miller's words continues to ripple across the sports world. Since the podcast aired, support for Clark has grown stronger. Prominent athletes, coaches, analysts, and fans have publicly echoed Miller's sentiments. It's no longer just about one rookie, it's about setting a new tone for how greatness is recognized and supported in women's sports. The league now faces a crucial moment. Will it choose unity or division? Will it lift its rising stars or continue to let jealousy shape the conversation? Cheryl Miller has issued the challenge. The rest of the WNBA must now decide how to answer. That's it for the video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time.